You're listening to Mentoring Developers. So we were talking about all these programming languages, and there's so many choices, and I'm like, oh, I'm a new developer, I'm confused. I'm like, I don't want to learn a new programming language every year. I don't want to learn a new framework. I just want something steady.
But you have to.
Well,
you have to. There's no other way.
But do you think you still have to do that when you're working in embedded system? You're working in C. I mean, how much does that change?
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like right now, embedded stuff is like as a hobby, and that's one of those things. Like I wanted to get better at it, and so even though I was like writing apps in Node.js, right, for a while now, I then decided that I want to take a little bit of break and every day try to do something else in a different language, because also like working in a different language allows you to think in a different way and solve problems in a different way. And then when you go back to your old language that you're most familiar with, you start looking at it in a different way, and you discover things that you didn't even discover before. So it's always as a good thing to learn new things. Like the same thing, it's good to travel abroad, right? To discover a different culture. So when you go back home, you can appreciate something else, something that you never thought that this is different, and you like it a lot, and you're used to it, right? So I think it's good to play around with different languages. Focus on one for sure, but don't forget that it's good to learn new things.
Okay, so you're in favor of always being in sync with what's going on in the world, right? Because new essentially means better. In my mind, new is always better because we are improving.
Well, maybe not with I think, well, yes and no. Maybe frameworks, yes, because like a new framework might be like better than the older one, because someone learned something from the old one and decided let's fix the old stuff and make new features, right? But when it comes to languages, especially the old ones like C and beyond, they're very like precise tools to do a very precise job, right? So in terms of languages, maybe not quite. A new language doesn't mean that it will be way better, right? Of course, the difference between Objective-C and Swift, way better. It's definitely more clear. It's more clear to read, to understand. And for sure, it's like more approachable to new people. So yeah, that was like a big difference, right? Mm-hmm. But other languages, there isn't much like, shocking value, right? More or less, they will do the same thing. So
okay, so let me give you my perspective on this.
Okay,
I'm not talking about new things because they are new. I'm talking about new things that you, as a new developer, you come across because everybody's talking about it. So if something new has come out, whether a programming language or a framework or anything related to software development, and everybody's talking about it, that's why you heard about it, then my thesis is that it's almost always better than what we had. That's why people are excited about it. And if you just follow that, then you will know the best practices, for sure. That doesn't mean that should be your target language for developing apps. That doesn't mean that, but if you do learn it, for example, let me give you an example of this web frameworks, these JavaScript frameworks. React is fairly new, but it's caught everybody's attention. Everybody's talking about it. And if you are an Angular developer or an Ember developer, which kind of I was, and I still am to a degree, then you might have this, this exasperation, this frustration with like this new frameworks, they keep coming out, and every year, every 6 months, you hear about some new framework, and we have such a great system here that works great, and now we have to fight to get developer mindshare and all this. This is a constant stream of thought.
Right. The thing that in my case, what I do now when it comes to like deciding what should I like spend my time on, is like, does this new language or framework makes a huge difference for me, right? If it's like I see the features and there's like one feature that blows my mind, it's like, oh my God, I can see like taking off 1 hour of my day while developing, I will go and learn it and try to use it, right? But if a framework is like, well, we have a different template on our website from the other one, and that's the main difference, then I'm go like, you know what, I won't spend time on that. So this is my approach when it comes to learning new stuff. Like, for example, Objective-C and Swift, huge difference. I started playing with Swift immediately because the difference was very big. If there isn't this difference, then I don't care.
Thank you so much for listening.
For show notes and transcripts, visit us at mentoringdevelopers.com.